You get home after a long day. Everything seems perfect, but then you catch that smell and you see a surprise in the absolute worst spot. Sound familiar? If your cat, who's always been a picture of cleanliness, suddenly starts ignoring the litter box, don't jump to conclusions or get angry. It's not revenge, and it's certainly not spite. It's an important message, and today we're going to help you decode it. We'll dive into the 5 main reasons behind this behaviour, and trust me, some of them might truly surprise you. First, let's remember a simple but crucial fact. Cats are incredibly clean animals. The instinct to bury their business is deeply ingrained in them. It's a survival mechanism, helping them hide their presence from predators and larger competitors. So when a cat stops doing this in its designated spot, it's a significant glitch in their programming. It means something's definitely gone wrong, and as responsible, caring owners, our job is to become true detectives and figure out exactly what that is. The number 1 reason, and we always start here, is health issues. It's crucial to take this very seriously. If your cat suddenly changes its habits, the first thing you need to do is rule out any underlying medical causes. Imagine this scenario. Your cat goes to the litter box, tries to do its business, and at that very moment feels a sharp pain. What happens in its mind? It doesn't understand that the pain is coming from inside its body. Instead, it associates this unpleasant sensation with the place it's in. The litter box. In its mind, the litter box becomes the source of pain. Logically, it will start to avoid it and look for another, what it perceives as, safe spot. Urinary tract issues are the most common cause of this behaviour. For example, cystitis, infections, or bladder stones. These conditions cause unbearable pain. So, if you notice your cat going to the litter box more frequently but producing only small amounts, or spending a long time straining, that's a red flag. Get to the vet immediately. There's also a less obvious problem, especially in older cats. Arthritis. Yes, cats can suffer from joint pain too, and a high-sided litter box can become a painful obstacle for them. Remember this, until your veterinarian confirms your pet is healthy, any other actions are pointless. Alright, so the vet confirmed your pet is perfectly healthy. What's the next step? Well, it's time to dig into the second major culprit, the litter box itself. Let's give it a thorough inspection, starting with cleanliness. Imagine having to use a filthy public restroom every single day. Pretty awful, isn't it? Now consider that a cat's sense of smell is up to 14 times stronger than ours. For them, a dirty litter box isn't just unpleasant. It's a full-blown disaster they desperately want to escape. Now let's talk about the litter itself. Perhaps you recently switched to a new brand, maybe one with a lovely lavender or ocean fresh scent. While that might smell great to you, for your cat, it can feel like a harsh chemical attack right in their most private space. Most cats prefer unscented litter that closely mimics natural sand. Also, pay attention to the texture. Some granules might be too large or sharp, potentially hurting their delicate paw pads. And finally, the litter box itself. Has your growing cat outgrown it? Your cat should be able to comfortably turn around inside. Or perhaps you got one of those trendy covered litter box enclosures. While some cats enjoy the privacy, others might feel trapped with no easy escape route. Let's assume your litter box is perfect, clean, with the right kind of litter. But the problem still hasn't gone away. If that's the case, we move on to the third major cause, and that's stress. Cats are creatures of habit to their very core. They absolutely detest change. Any alteration to their established world, even one that seems insignificant to you, can cause them immense distress. Take a moment to consider what might have changed in your life recently. Did you move house, perhaps? For a cat, that's nothing short of an apocalypse. She's lost her territory, her familiar scents, her safe havens. Everything is new, unfamiliar and terrifying. Or has there been a new addition to the family? A baby, a new partner, a puppy, or perhaps most significantly, another cat. This can be a direct hit to her status and sense of security, often triggering a fight for resources and territory. Even just rearranging the furniture can completely throw a cat off balance as she loses her familiar landmarks and reference points. Loud renovations next door, frequent visitors, a change in your work schedule, all of these are significant sources of stress. When a cat feels insecure, she might start marking areas where she feels safest or where your scent is strongest. For instance, on your bed or clothes. This isn't an act of revenge. It's a desperate attempt to self-soothe by surrounding herself with her own comforting scent. Our fourth reason, while certainly connected to stress, is distinct. Negative associations. Your cat might be perfectly healthy, the litter box pristine, and your home otherwise peaceful. But then, one day, something unsettling happened. Exactly when your cat was in the litter box. That single event could have forever linked the litter box with danger in its mind. Picture this scenario. Your cat is calmly doing its business, and suddenly a heavy book crashes down from a nearby shelf, or the washing machine, positioned close by, abruptly kicks into its loud spin cycle. Perhaps a small child unexpectedly runs up and startles her. Any of these can be enough. In that instant, the cat's brain forms a powerful association. The litter box is scary and dangerous. She may never approach it again, even if you relocate it to a different spot. It's even worse if another pet attacked the cat during this vulnerable moment. For instance, a dog might run up and bark at her, or another cat could ambush her right as she's exiting a covered litter box. This feels like a direct assault on her safe space. After such a traumatic experience, the cat will seek any other spot to relieve herself, where in her mind nothing threatens her. She might choose secluded corners, places with a good vantage point, or conversely, try to hide away under the bathtub or behind the sofa. And last but not least, the fifth reason, which is equally important to keep in mind, is behavioural territory marking. In this instance, the cat isn't just urinating, it's actually leaving a message for other animals. This behaviour is most commonly seen in unneutered male cats. They use their urine to signal their presence, assert their claim to the territory, and announce their availability for mating. Typically, they'll spray vertical surfaces like walls, furniture corners, and doors. The odour from these marks is also typically far more pungent and concentrated. However, even neutered male cats and spayed female cats can start marking territory if they feel threatened. For instance, if they spot an unfamiliar cat roaming their yard through a window, or if a new item carrying the scent of another animal is brought into the house. It's essentially their way of performing border control. They're proclaiming, "This is mine, I live here." Occasionally, this behaviour can also be directed at a new family member or a new pet introduced into the home. The cat is trying to assert its status and establish who's in charge. Distinguishing a spray mark from regular urination is usually straightforward. The puddle is typically small and it's found on a vertical surface. However, sometimes cats will mark horizontal surfaces too, especially an owner's personal belongings. And here's the most important and perhaps surprising takeaway from all of this. Your cat is never doing this out of spite. Forget about words like revenge, being offended, or doing it on purpose. Cats simply don't think that way. Any accident outside the litter box isn't an act of aggression, it's a cry for help. It's the only way your cat can tell you, "I'm in pain," "I'm scared," "I'm uncomfortable here," or "I'm panicking." By ignoring the litter box, your cat is desperately trying to get your attention for a problem they can't vocalise. Once you understand this, you'll stop being angry and start looking for the real cause, showing empathy and patience. So, let's recap. If your cat starts having accidents outside the litter box, the very first step is to rule out any health issues with your vet. Next, reevaluate the litter box itself, the type of litter you're using, and its placement. Consider if there have been any recent stressful situations in your pet's life. And remember, your cat trusts you. Your job is to understand them without words. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. If you found it helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our new videos, about the lives of our furry friends. Now, a question for you. Have you ever faced this problem? Share in the comments what caused it in your case and how you managed to resolve it. Your experience could be invaluable for other viewers.